With it being the halfway point in this season's League One campaign, where do I see each side finishing come the end of the season? Rock bottom, I've gone for Morecambe. They're conceding far too many chances so far, and they need to get Cole Stockton going. Their main man has been missing compared to the man he was last season. 23rd, Burton Albion. They have improved since the departure of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, but this development has been slow and insignificant in the course of their fight to stay up. 22nd, I've gone for Forest Green Rovers. Teams around them have games in hand. Injuries and suspensions are going to play a role on their next few games in the near future. And is Ian Birchnell the man for the job? Only time will tell. The final relegation spot then, I have gone for Cambridge. They're in a bit of a rut at the moment with immense pressure on manager Mark Bonner. Obviously, they've lost against relegation rivals in recent games, Forest Green and Accrington Stanley. A huge turnaround is needed to get them where they want to be come the end of the season. Moving out of the relegation zone and just about staying up, I have gone for Accrington Stanley. John Coleman, an experienced head at the club. They've got a solid unit of a squad and will just about have enough to stay up. Moving into 19th, I have got MK Dons. It's been a disappointing season so far for them. However, I think we'll bounce back following the sacking of manager Liam Manning. They have got a solid squad, so I do think a 19th place finish, come their current position, is realistic. 18th, I've gone for Cheltenham. It's been a rocky season so far, and I think that will continue. There'll be plenty of highs and lows, but I do think manager Wade Elliott will ride them out and take us to a solid finish. 17th place, I've gone for Exeter City. They've had a slight drop-off in form, admittedly, against good sides, but they have got good players. Whether they can hold on to them over January is another matter, but if they can keep hold of the likes of Giovanni Brown, I do think that they will have a very, very solid season to come. 16th, I have gone for Fleetwood Town. Scott Brown is doing an absolutely brilliant job with a side who just about narrowly stayed up on the last day last season, and I think their form will continue and they will enjoy a solid League One campaign. 15th, Port Vale. They were doubted at the start of the season, but they have proved those doubters wrong, of course, coming up via the playoffs last season. They've had some huge wins of late against the likes of Charlton and Plymouth, of course, two very big sides in this league, and Plymouth, of course, top of the league currently. However, I just can't see this form sticking for them. It'll still be an unbelievable campaign considering they only came up last season and their squad, in comparison to others in this league, might not quite be the strongest. It's very impressive, and I think they've got a great second half of the season in store. Moving up into 14th, I've got Lincoln City. They've got a strong squad, a decent manager, and I think they'll achieve a solid mid-table finish. 13th, and probably a bit of a bold one, I have gone for Charlton Athletic. Of course, recently sacked manager Ben Garner. That won't help in the course of their season, but at the same time, in the long run, it might. But I think they've got the available funds. They've got a solid squad. They will have more than enough, I think, to achieve 13th place. Only time will tell. Bang on mid-table, in 12th place, I have got Oxford United. They did have a very, very shaky start to the season, but have bounced back well and found consistency, to be fair to them. It's not the finish that they would have wanted, but I think in a position where they were at the start of the season, they'll definitely appreciate a solid mid-table finish. We move up into the top half and we have got Bristol Rovers. Joey Barton, need I say more? They're on fantastic form. They've got a united squad. Probably might lose a couple key players in January, but no doubt I think they'll be able to bring players in and they'll retain their top half status come the end of this campaign. Top 10 now. In 10th, I have got Shrewsbury Town. They've got a very good squad and they have found some form in their last two games, proving that they can still work well without the key players of George Nurse and Dan Uddo, of course, out for the season with injury. Up into 9th then, and every team from this point on up to the playoffs is going to be very, very tightly packed. I have gone for Wycombe Wanderers. They're on pretty impressive form and Gareth Ainsworth is trying to push his team into those playoff places quite clearly and is doing a decent job at it at the moment. But I do think they will narrowly miss out by very fine margins. 8th place then, I have got Peterborough United. Their form has dropped off massively and Grant McCann has a huge task on his hands to turn it around and push them into the playoff places. I think they'll narrowly miss out. So then, the last spot before the playoff spots, and I have got Bolton Wanderers. They are in a good position currently, but their form is not entirely convincing. And I just think Ian Evatt will struggle to find consistency with a strong side. They'll just about miss out. Up into 6th then, and once again, probably on current status, a bit of a bold prediction. I have got Portsmouth. A great side going through bleak times as of right now. I do think Danny Cowley will be able to turn things around. They have got key experienced heads in that squad, the likes of Marlon Pack. They've also got solid young players as well. Their squad is very strong. They've got January on their side. What's going to happen over the next few months for them? Only time will tell, but I do just about think they will nick a playoff place. 5th then, I have got Derby County. Their form is unconvincing. Too many losses against weaker sides. They've dropped points against bottom half teams at times. It's not ideal for them. I think they will make playoffs, but they're going to make a task of it, and they shouldn't do really with their squad, but they will get playoffs. It won't be quite as close as Pompey, but yeah, not the automatic finish that they'd want, I think. Up into 4th then, and I have got Barnsley. Michael Duff is on an absolute roll with the Tykes. 5 wins in their last 5 league matches. A very, very impressive campaign so far, and I think a continuation of that will follow, but I just think the top 3 will be too strong for them. 3rd then, and just missing out on an automatic spot, I have got Plymouth Argyle. They are currently top of the league, but their form is slowly dropping off. I think other sides around them are remaining a bit too consistent for their likings. It'll be tough for Stephen Schumacher to maintain Argyle's automatic spot. I would like to see them go up, but it's going to be tough. So, automatic spot number 1, 2nd place, I have got Ipswich Town. They've got a very, very good squad, and judging by the rumours, they're only going to strengthen it under Kieran McKenna this January. They've got everything on their side. I think they will narrowly miss out on the title just purely because they have dropped occasional points against bottom half teams such as Cheltenham, but it's still going to be a great season for them, and they will be back in the Championship. And finally, who I think will be champions of League One come the end of this season. Again, could be a bit of a bold one considering the sides that are in the top 2 at the moment. I've got Sheffield Wednesday. I said this at the start of the season, and I'm sticking with it. I honestly am. They've got a brilliant squad. Darren Moore has got them well drilled at the moment. They are unbeaten in 10 league fixtures. I think he'll utilise that incredible squad that he does have and take them back to the Championship as champions. It will be difficult. It'll be tight at the top come the end of the season, no doubt. It is now. I think there's 4 points within 3rd and 1st. I might be wrong there. It's going to be an interesting second half of the season. What's going to happen? Let me know your thoughts. Give me your predictions in the comments. And if you did enjoy, please smash like and subscribe. Be massively appreciated. But yeah, have a class rest of the day, and I will catch you all for Plymouth at home on Boxing Day.